Okay, last night we created the characteristics and we were almost done with the class. But mostly I think we could not save the class yesterday. Let me go and check. If we have the class, fine. Otherwise, I'll create it one more time in step number 2. Insert change of class. No, it is not yet created. Fine. Create and that class status. Go to keywords. The characteristics. Was the characteristics. The type and control method. Well, it's showing not there. I created no yesterday. That underscore type. Why it is showing not? What happened? Let me change the server. I know that it was in this server or other. Yeah, it is in this. Okay, that is why it was not coming. Hazard type characteristics. Control measure. Okay, after assigning these two characteristics, we had done this yesterday. Next, if you want to add any comment or text to your class, if you want to define the class, you can do that. Then add a comment. Continue. Okay, this is your comment for your class. Document, if you want to upload any document for your class as a supporting document, you can upload it here. And then last time, actually we could not do the last time. Standard. Here I told you in your company, if you are following any standard, it can be ISO standard, OSHA's, or any other BIS standard. You can add those standard meaning here. So let's say if you are following ISO standard, you can add the ISO standard name and the standard number. Okay, these are the standard details. Next, you can also add when was this standard issued to you. Issue date, you can put some date here. Version date. What is the version of your standard which you're following? Mm, and the version number. A lot of standards they go through changes. Okay, every 3 years, every 5 years, they keep on revising the standards. So every standard will have a version number. You take any example, OSHA's 18001, ISO 9001, okay, or ISO 14001. You take any standard. Normally, from one period to another period, they will keep on updating some, rules and regulations in that standard. So that is the reason every standard will have a version number. It can be a simple number or it can be alphanumeric. It depends on that standard. So here you can mention the version number of your standard which you are currently following. So in this tab, standard tab, you have to mention all the details of the standard which is applicable for your class. Okay. Once you enter these details, save the class. Okay. So your class is created now. This is step number 2. Make a note of the class what you created. And then let's go to step number 3. Step number 3 is create value assignment types. This is step number 3. So how do you create value assignment types? I will open another screen and simultaneously show you what we are creating so that we can have a better idea. Okay, see in this specification now we are going to create this. Like you have here first aid measures, infection hazards. We will create one value assignment type which is a node. Then we will create one value assignment type under normal property. These two things will create next. And how do you create that? You have to follow this route. Start with STRO. Start with STRO. Reference IMG. Go to EHS. Yeah. In EHS, go to basic data and tools. In basic data and tools, go to specification management. In specification management, see if possible you write down This is too much lengthy. Okay. In specification management, go to specification database structure, then go to settings for value assignment. This is where you will find your specify value assignment types. Here you should go. Start with SPRO, reference IMG, then come to EHS. Under EHS basic data and tools, then come to specification management, then specification database structure, settings for value assignment. In settings for value assignment, you have to come here to specify value assignment types. Click here. You have all the standard value assignment types. If you see here, all these things are there. No? All these are standard value assignment. Even you will find first aid related, firefighting related, all type of value assignment types are actually maintained in this location. See color, form, odor, density, physical chemical properties you have. All these are real value assignment types provided by SAP. You will have both standard as well as user created value assignment types here. All these are standard. If you go further down, I told you we have to create with Y or Z, if you remember. So that is why you will find all the user created details below. I'm not saying SAP will not use Y or Z, but as a procedure, we have to create any value assignment type with Y or Z. Yeah. These are created by users. So that is why even we will create new value assignment type here. And I will give the name Y hazard underscore node. First, I will create a node. That is why I am giving the name as node. I am going to create this folder. Give this name Y hazard underscore node, and then give the description as hazard details, something like this. Hazard details. If you want to add a note, you can add a note. Otherwise, it's okay. Then come below to value assignment category. Now, this is important here. Value assignment category. So, the value assignment which we are creating here, Y hazard node, to which category does it belong? If you remember, I had told you there are listing, property, and a few other value assignment categories. Okay, listing, composition, and normal property. All these are different categories of your value assignment type. Now, since I told you that we are planning to create a folder type of a value assignment type, so you should select this value assignment category E, which means it is a node in the property tree, or it is a folder in the property tree. So select E, node in property tree here. Okay. Next, go below under class. Remember, we created class. That class name you have to enter. Z hazard underscore class. Z hazard underscore class. Once you do this, next value assignment copy active, you have to select. New value assignment active, select, and change active. These three options have to be selected. Value assignment copy active, new value assignment active, and change active. These three options, first one and last two. Next, come below to usage profile. Usage profile means, like I told you, it is just like a validity area. Like, to whom you want to give access of this value assignment type. Here also there are some options, like you can give the access, or you can release this value assignment type to everyone worldwide. I mean, anybody can use this value assignment type. That is the first usage profile. Then you have authorities in Europe and USA. Okay, only the authorities will be able to use the value assignment type. And you also have public release for USA and Europe. Okay, some of these usage profiles are there. Normally, you release it for everyone worldwide. Either use the last one or first one as the usage profile. And don't enter anything in ID listing, because ID listing means identifier, and which identifier category we want to use. We don't want to define anything here. It is our wish. If you define here, if you select any ID listing, then in the specification also same thing you have to use. It cannot mismatch. So that is why don't enter any identification listing. Keep it blank. And the last two options, profile overridden and screen function. These are used by technical consultants. So this also we are not going to add anything. Let us keep things simple. So give the name of the value assignment type, provide a description, select the category of your value assignment type, enter the class name, then value assignment copy active, new value assignment active, and change active. Select these options, then enter the usage profile, means who will be able to see the details of my value assignment. After entering these things, you can save it. See, remember I told you at step number 7, no, step number 6, go back to value assignment type and assign specification type. See what happens is, you can see on the left hand side there is specification type. After creating this, we have to go and assign a specification type. But we have not yet created this. This will come in step number 4 or step number 5, where we go and create specification type. So that is why you have to come back later to this place and you have to assign the specification type. That is why I have given here. Go back to VAT and assign specification type. This is where we have to come back. Okay, no problem. Make a note of this value assignment type. We have got note. We have got note. We will create one more normal. Go back. Okay, go to new entries again. Give a name. Y hazard normal, so that we can easily differentiate. Y hazard normal, and give a description for this value assignment type. What description shall we give? Y hazard normal. Let's call it as risk matrix. Let's call it as risk control matrix. Okay. Okay, this is the description I'm giving. Next, come below to value assignment category. Remember, first time I had given as a node. I had selected this node in property key. Now, since I am creating a normal value assignment type, I should select value assignment category as A. Double click A, select this. I can come down to class and enter the class name. Okay. Then again select first option and last two options. Usage profile should be 1. Okay, then save this value assignment type. Also note y underscore normal. Okay. Step number 3 is completed. Now let us go and create a property tree. Property tree means we completed this value assignment type, both normal as well as more. Now we have to create this property tree, just like material safety data sheet. Go back. There is one actually shortcut. I don't remember. Yeah. Either you can go through SPRO or just make a note CGC3. You can create a property tree using CGC3. This transaction code you can remember. CGC3. That will take you to the property tree. Now see here, you will find all the standard property trees, just like your value assignment types. You will find RM compliance property tree, food property tree, and food development. This also we saw. And you have hazardous substance management property tree, IH, MSDS property tree. This is what we are currently open with. Yeah, this is the one, MSDS. So that property tree is also available as a standard in this list. Not only that, you will also find a lot of user related property trees which the users have created. Okay. Z standard, ZSOP, ZUS, ZWAH, all these are created by users. So let us create one property tree. New entries, give a name to your property tree. What shall we give? Y hazard underscore measures. Let me add it. It's not taking more than that. Y hazard underscore MEAS. This is the name of my property tree. I will give here as the control measures, the definition or the description of this property tree. Next, if you are creating more than one property trees, or if you want to maintain more than one property trees here, then we should give the version number. Or like if you have already created this somewhere before, now if you are rectifying it, or if you are creating another property tree with the same name, then you can assign a version number. Okay, so any number you can put, whatever you want, you can put the version number. And another thing is, if you are creating more than one property tree, see why they have given so many rows here. All these rows they have given because you can create any number of property trees as you want. You can create as many as you want. And whichever you want to keep it as default, you can select. So if I select this, this will be the default property tree. Okay, after entering these things, select, press enter, then select this row, this entire row, select here in the left corner, double click on value assignment type assignment, double click here, value assignment type assignment. So you will come to a new screen. Okay, this is your new screen. Here we have to add our value assignment type. What we created, no, we created two value assignments. Those value assignments are supposed to be added here in this location. Okay, how do you add that? Go to new entries. Always remember the first row you have to enter the standard value assignment type. It should always be a standard value assignment. So ID here, some ID number you have to give for your value assignment type. It can be any number. Okay. So the first ID should always be 1. Okay, ID number 1. Go to level. Level should also be 1. This is known as compression indicator. What is the meaning of compression indicator? If I select this, then all the value assignment type will be compressed. See here, these are compressed. Compressed means, I mean, they are not expanded, they are collapsed. If I don't select this option, compression indicator, then what will happen? All the value assignment type will be open with this. They will be in expanded form. Like this will be expanded all. So if you don't want like this to be open or to be expanded, you want them all to be closed or compact, then you have to select this compression indicator here. But we are anyways creating just one or two value assignment type. So that is okay. No problem. Select the first value assignment type, any standard value assignment type we have in SAP. Like for instance, SAP EHS underscore 1000. Okay. Select this as the first value assignment type. Next, go to second row and give some other number for your ID. Like you can use 2000. Level should be 2. Level should be 2. Again, come to the right hand side and remember we created one folder. Folder value assignment type. Enter that name. Y hazard underscore node. Y hazard underscore node. Okay, entered. Then again come down. Select some other number like 2200. Now the level should be 3. Level should be 3 and enter the name of the other value assignment type. Y hazard underscore normal. Okay. Only 2 we had created. So enter these 2 values. Why like this level 2, level 3? Why I am adding, in a serial manner? Again, you have to go back to specification to understand that. See here. You can see here, and after the property tree, you have value assignment type. Just see how they are arranged. First comes the folder. Under the folder, you get the normal value assignment type. It is not vice versa. I mean, the normal is not going up. Folder is not coming inside. They are arranged correctly. This folder or node comes at level 2 and your normal value assignment type comes at level 3. That is a reason when you are creating it, you should always keep the node at level 2 and normal value assignment type at level 3. This is how you should follow. Otherwise, it will all be wrong. You know, when you come here to create your specification, it will not be in order. It will be all mixed up. That is why follow this procedure. Level 2, level 3. Correctly you have to mention. And then save this. Okay, so what did we do here? We first created one property tree, and under this property tree, we have assigned the value assignment types, which we had created in the previous step. Okay, then after saving the data, you can just come back. Okay, see, I think I did not tell you about this position button. See, why we use this position button? If you want to search your property tree, see, this is such a big list. There are, I don't know, many types of property trees are there. If you want to search your property tree, use the position button. Click on position and enter Y, R. Starting letters are enough. Y, R. It will take you directly to your property tree. That is why this position button is there. Not only here, even in value assignment type, it is there. I forgot to tell you. Okay, so this is your step number 4, creating property tree. So just again write down whatever property tree you created. Maybe 4 measure MEAS. Step number 4 is also now complete. Let's move on to create specification type. To create specification type, let's again start from beginning. SPRO reference IMG, come to EHS. In EHS, go to basic data and tools, then specification management, specification master. Now you need to go to specification master. Expand, then go to specify specification types. At number 4, we have specification types. Click on this and see. This is very much like your property tree list. All the specification types, standard specification types are here. If you want to see real substance, you can see there will be real substance, listed substance, all that. Let me show. See here, listed substance is there. Then you have pure substance. Then real substance will also be there. So whatever specification types you see here, okay, that specification there. Whatever specification types you see, all these specification types are maintained in our SPR. All this will be there. Not only this, even for your dangerous goods category, agent category, waste code category, all the specification types will be in this location here. And this is where you should prepare your own specification type. See, the users have also created their own specification types. Process is same. Go to new entries. Give a name to your specification type. What name will you give? YHZ underscore spec. Let's say this is my name for specification type. Enter this name. Then go to description. Say hazard specification type. Okay, this can be. User exit, don't enter anything. This is used by technical. Leave it as it is. Then select material assignment. Material assignment has to be selected. Then leave this import export default. This is if you want to import any new specification type, or if you want to export this specification type, we use this import export default. No need, don't select. Come below to object name. Under object name, you have to select ESN underscore sub ID. This is the object name. Object name means, see, when you are creating any value assignment types, and if you are assigning them to specification types, then there will be an object name that you have to use. That object name, there will be many objects. Okay, so for our specification type, we have to use sub ID, ESN underscore sub ID. So just select this, ESN underscore sub ID. Then internal number range, external number range. For this, we don't specify any specific number. We will generalize it as 0i and external number range as 0e. Internal number range, external number range. We are not specifying any particular value. Okay, next is property tree. Remember, we created one property tree. Enter the name of that property tree. By HZ underscore measure. By HZ underscore measure. Yeah, you have here assignment. Okay. Next, don't enter anything else below this. This is used by other module people. We don't use this. Leave it blank. Don't select anything. So what you have to enter in your specification type: name, description, select material assignment, object name, internal number range, external number range, and property key. Only these things you need to select. Enter these values only. Once this is done, go to the specification category for specification type. On the left hand side, specification category for specification type. Double click. Okay, there are no specifications. So what basically we are doing here, we are trying to tell this specification type which we have created. Where do you want this specification type to come? Under which specification category? If you want, you can use it in agent. If you want, you can use it in dangerous goods. If you want, you can use it in waste code. Anywhere. But you have to mention in which specification category you want to use this specification type. I will select it as substance because I want to use this in substance category. Okay. Then go to specification type property tree assignment. Second option. Double click. Whatever the property tree you had selected, now that you need to attach with your specification type here. So go to new entry. Select your property tree. Y hazard MEAS. Y hazard underscore MEAS. Enter. This is my property tree which I have assigned to this specification type. Now save this. Okay, what did we do now in this step? See, we went to new entries. We gave a name for our specification type, description, object name, ESN underscore sub ID, internal number range, external number range, and I assign my property tree here. Then after that, I went to specification category, double click, and I added substance category. Then I went below specification type property tree assignment. I again added my property tree here. Okay, these are the steps I follow to create my specification type. Then finally, you can save this specification type. This is your step number 5. And also write down your specification type. Underscore spec. This is the name of my specification type. Now, step number 6, what I have written, go back to value assignment type and assign specification type. So what we need to do, once we have created our specification type, again go back to value assignment type. So I will start from the beginning, /n, start with SPRO, reference IMG, go to your EHS, basic data and tools, the specification management, specification database structure, setting for value assignment, then come below, specify value assignment types. Come here and click on this option. So you have to find your value assignment type among this list. Go to position. If I remember, it is YHKZ. You have your node as well as normal. Both are here. Next, what you need to do, select this. You have to select. You have to make a selection like this. Then double click on specification type. Double click. You will get this screen where you can add specification type. Now go to new entries. Select the specification type which you created. YHZ underscore spec. This is my specification type. Enter and save. Enter and save. Again go back and you have your another value assignment type. Y hazard normal. Do the same thing. Select, double click on specification type, enter your specification type. Y hazard and save this data. Okay. So we have assigned specification type to both of our value assignment types, Y hazard node as well as normal. For both I have assigned. Now next step. This is done. Step number 6. Go to step number 7 and create table based value assignments. Step number 7. So how do you go that to this table based value assignment? I will again start from the beginning. /n, start with SPRO, reference IMG, EHS, basic data and tools. See, these steps will remain same no matter what you are creating in specification. Up to specification management, it will be same. Then it will either go to specification master or it will go to specification database structure. Nowhere else you need to go. I know it is little bit difficult. We are going so many times into different data. It feels very difficult. But remember, up to this point, it is same. Then either see why you will go to specification master. You will go just one time when you want to create specification type. But rest of the time you will be going only to the specification database structure. There is no other place. You don't go to workbench, you don't go to menu exits, you don't go to additional information. No, you will not go to all those. Either specification master or you will go to specification database structure. Most of the time, 99% of the time, we'll be going to specification database structure. So go to this, and in this again, you will not go to classification, you will not go to component settings. Always you will be going for the second option, setting for value assignment. Setting for value assignment. Open this, and if you come below, see here you have set up table based value assignment. You are supposed to do this. Go to table based value assignment. A new screen will come like this with two options: create entries for value assignments set up table-based value assignment. First, we have to go to step number 1. Double click on the first option. You will get this screen. Filling, customizing table for table-based value assignment. Here, enter the name of your specification type. Y hazard. It will come itself. Select. This is our specification type. Next, come below and just put an asterisk mark because we don't want to enter all the value assignment. Just put an asterisk mark here and then execute. Execute. It will ask you, do you really want to change value assignment type entries? This it will ask you. Okay, you have to say yes. Say yes. Then see, you can find out whether you have correctly followed all the steps up to this point. How you will come to know? If you see below, there are some new entries, some value it is giving. Here, 7574. Okay, new entries it is showing. So it means up to this point you have correctly created the data. If it is zero, all the things are zero, then you should think, yeah, somewhere you have made the mistake. So this is like an alternate method to find out whether you are going correctly or not. Okay, this is an indirect indication. Okay, go back. We completed this first one. Next, set up table-based value assignment. Just double click on this. When you double click, one more new window will open, and you can see here our specification type would have come. There should be 6 objects. Y hazard spec 1, Y hazard spec 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there should always be 6 number of objects. Okay. So it has created a table-based value assignment. There should be 6 of these objects. You will see any other, all the other things also are having 6. Okay. So this completes our table-based value assignment. Next, what we will do, just go back. We have completed step number 7. This step is completed. So next step is you have to go now and create one specification. This is our last step. So go to SPRO, go to CG 0 to BD, enter. Okay, we are here in the specification workbench. Double click on substance. Okay, we are creating new specification. So click here on the edit button. Click on create button. Okay, then enter the name. What can we enter? Hazard 01. Let's say like this. I'm creating the specification and tell me which specification type should I select now. Which specification type should I select? Up to here you followed all the steps. Up to step number 7 we did. Now we are creating specification. So under specification type, which one should I select? Are you there, guys?
So Y hazard underscore
Very
spec.
good. Exactly. That's right. That is the reason why we created it. Okay. Select the specification type. Y hazard spec. Okay. And substance nature, if you want to assign anything, you can. Otherwise, it's okay. It is optional. Something I'll add as an example. Authorization group all. Comment. Customize specification. Okay. Enter. Then you can see here. See your Y hazard underscore 01 specification is added to the list, and simultaneously it is also showing me below in the detailed structure area where you have the property tree hazard control measures, hazard details as a node, and then risk control measures as the normal value assignment type. Okay, and before we can add any data to this, first we have to save specification, then go to identifiers and create one identifier. Name. mm, okay, add one identifier, enter, again save this data. Now what you can do, see it is already in expanded mode. Why it is in expanded mode? While we were assigning the value assignment type to property tree, I told you there was one indicator, compression indicator. Because it did not select that, this is in expanded mode. Okay. Now double click on risk control measures. Okay, see these are your two characteristics, hazard type and control measure. So just to create these two things, so many steps we have to follow. You have this hazard type and control measure. Now assign some value. Go to hazard type and you can see we have all these options. Electrical hazard, mechanical hazard, noise, chemical hazard. This data is coming as the output. Now make your selection. Electrical hazard. What is the control measure for electrical hazard? Hmm, Lotto, Lotto system. Okay, and then save it. Then you can save this data. Okay, and then if you refresh the property tree, it will show that we have manually assigned the values to this value assignment type. This is your last step. Like this, what I have done here, I have just created very simple specification where we have only two characteristics and only two value assignment types. One is node, another is normal. But compare this with other, standard specifications. You can add any number of folders. You can add any number of value assignment types as per your requirement. And these characteristics also I created too. You can create any number of them, any number. That all depends on your requirement. And like I told you before, we have not used any data from standard system. Everything is our data, right from specification name, property tree, value assignment types, characteristics, even our specification type is our own. We have used our own data for all of these things. This is known as your customized specification. This is how you have to create. And then again, you can go to restrictions and provide any restrictions if you want to make it public. Region wide. Material assignment. Yeah, see this material assignment. There is one option. Okay, let me show you that. What will happen is, let me go to SPRO, reference IMG, EHS, basic data tools, specification management, specification master, specify specification types, and let's find our. I'll open this. Now see here, this material assignment, if I had not selected this, okay, if I had not selected, then I could not have assigned any material here. I could not have assigned any material. This will be, you cannot edit. This will be just like this gray color. You cannot add any material. But because I have selected this indicator in my specification type, it will allow me to add a material, or it will allow me to add a plant. Remember this. This is important. Depending on what selection I make in the SPRO, that is how my output will behave. So if I want to add any material, I can add any material I want. Anything, anything will do. Save, status, public region, region world, status, process. After adding the status, you can save. Okay, this is how you can completely create a specification, customize specification. Okay, any doubt in these steps? We have come to the end of customizing specification. And don't worry, I have one document I will share with you guys. Okay, where I have prepared each step, what you need to do in each step. I have very elaborately explained along with screenshots I have put into the document. I will share the document with you. Okay, you can go through the document and you can create a specification. Fine. So I will share that, no problem, after the class. Just let me know if there is any doubt in this specification, how to create, or in any of these steps. Any of these steps. I know it is difficult. See, the most difficult part in our SAP EHS module is creating specification. I took almost like 2.5 months to just learn about specifications. Because in my time, what used to happen, I used to go to weekend classes, Saturday and Sunday, 2 hours. And that trainer used to come on Saturday and Sunday and he used to teach me. If I have to ask any doubt, if I have to clarify something, again I had to wait till the next week. Again he would come next week, he will teach me, again go back. I was very confused. I could not understand at all. Why, what is this specification? Why do I have to create it? And so many steps are there. He never used to, explain it very clearly. Okay, he did not used to. He used to be very fast. He did not take time. He did not give me time to digest the information. That is the reason I really felt very difficult in those days. But now, once you start practicing, once you start analyzing, it will be very easy. Okay, you can create any specification you want. Only thing is, the main thing what you have to remember, there are two things. First is follow step by step. Don't skip any of these steps. That is number one. Second is whatever data you create, please make a note of them. You will think, okay, I created this, I will remember. But when you go to step number 3 or step number 4, you will forget what you had created. So don't do that mistake. If you are creating any data, please make a note. Because later in some step you may have to refer to the data, what you created. At that time you cannot recall. So don't leave it on your memory. I know how strong is our memory. So don't do that. Write down whatever data you create. That is the second thing. Third thing is be very careful with your spelling mistakes. If you create a characteristic with this hazard underscore type, while you are assigning these characteristics in your class, if you say hazard types, you just add yes. It will not come. Completely at the end, you will come to know you have made some mistake. In between, nowhere you will come to know you have made this mistake. When it doesn't come in the output, then you will realize, okay, something went wrong. So be very careful with your spellings. Don't add any wrong spellings anywhere in this text. Okay, these three things you remember, then I'm sure it will be much easier for you to create a specification. Okay, this is my advice. You keep a notepad like this open whenever you are creating a specification. Add all the steps. And one more important thing I forgot to tell you. See, before you create any specification in your mind, you have to decide what characteristics you want to create. What should be the name of your class? Okay, and what should be the name you should give for your value assignment types or property tree or specification type. Decide all this beforehand. Don't sit, in front of the server and start thinking, what should I create? And whatever you create, it should be meaningful. See, this is meaningful. Hazard type, control measure, or uh, chocolate flavor or ice cream color. Under this, you can give different values. Ice cream flavor, mango, lychee, chocolate, etc., etc., etc. Under color, can add any color to the ice cream. Something when you create, it should be logical. Okay, or you can take example from our EHS and you can create it. This is an EHS example where I have selected hazard type and control measures. Next, maybe you can select chemical storage related to chemicals. You can select like what you can select. Mm, or hazardous material or hazardous material characteristic like explosive, flammable, corrosive, toxic, like that you can create in one characteristic. Another characteristic may be storage requirement you can give. So if it is a explosive material, what should be the storage type? If it is a flammable liquid, what should be the storage type? Like that you can create two characteristics. One can be your hazard rating of a chemical, and how you are going to store that chemical. Like this you can create. Main thing is, see, if you can clearly understand what you have to create under characteristic, remaining things are easy. You just have to give one name for other things. This is what you should decide very carefully. What characteristic name shall I give? What data shall I create? I will give you one more simple example. This can be your shirt size, small, medium, large, extra large, and color of shirt, red, yellow, green, blue, like this. Also, you can create simple. At the end of the day, in the output, you should get the result. That is what I want. I don't care what type of data you create. This is our learning process. Later on, yeah, we can create a logical data. Okay. Remember what I told you. Follow these steps, and yeah, I will share the document because I don't want to go fast. If I go fast, I know I have seen people, they will not create, they will just leave it aside. So be ready with your server. I know you people are working, you have to, you won't get time. I know you won't get time, but just take some time off, maybe 2 3 hours, maybe in a whole week. 3 4 hours are more than sufficient to keep that time separately for SAP, and practice during those hours. Only then you will be able to follow what we are doing from week to week. Otherwise, it will be mixed up. You will forget everything. Don't do that. At least spend some time, in revising what we had learned. Any doubts? See, I have told you before also. I am reachable. Message me anytime. If you have doubt, any kind of doubt, just message me. Let me know. If you are finding any difficulty in creating the specifications, message me. I will help you out. Revise the videos, you get the videos. In my time, there was no video also. I could not revise it. There are many options to you. To follow these steps, whatever I have told you, remember them and create a specification. I don't want to go faster because this is very critical. This is like the most important thing in SAP EHS. If you know this well, if you can create specifications, rest of the things are quite simple. Those are application based topics. Hazardous substance, dangerous goods, labels, they are all quite straightforward. No need to even think about them. They are very easy. But the main challenge is specification management. So be thorough with this. The rest will be very easy. Okay? Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. We need to practice at least one more times to come out when the queries.
Exactly, exactly. You have to practice, no other way. When I'm creating, you may feel it is very easy. Yeah, but when you try to practice, when you try to create, at that time you will get all sorts of doubts. What should I enter? How did this come? It happens. It will take time for you to learn this concept. So give some time, practice it on the system. I'm sure it will be easy. Okay, Yuvraj, any doubt? Any doubt at all?
Yeah, yeah, sir. Need to practice it more. Uh, so we need to get ready of this software and
Server.
SAP. So yeah,
Ah,
so
ah.
yeah, that will be better. Then only I know what are the doubts I can ask you. Maybe by the next week we will
Sure,
ask you
sure,
the
sure.
yeah,
Sure, sure, sure. Anytime. See, whenever
yeah,
you get any doubt, you drop a message or you write it down. Okay, because once in a week we connect, so it's a long gap, between, so you may forget. So write it down somewhere, or you can message me. So from day to day basis, I can guide you. I can sort out all your difficulties before we meet again next week. And
Hmm.
here, see, I could have went ahead by creating phrases, but I don't want to be in a hurry. And if I go to phrases, the specification management will be left behind. No problem. We'll take time. We have sufficient time. We'll learn slowly. That's okay. I want you to practice. I want you to be clear in specification management. So that is why, and Shivdeep, I will share you another link. Okay, you try to download the software from that. I'm sure it must work this time. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
Yuvraj, yeah, Yuvraj, you connect with Pallavi. I will speak to Pallavi. I will tell her that you are not able to
Yeah,
yeah,
sir.
install.
Because morning I will leave to office. Then here, if it is time 6 o'clock
Hmm,
means
hmm,
in 7:30. So I will
hmm, hmm.
not. I don't know how to connect with them. So what is the time they will work up to 8 o'clock or what time? They have any time?
No, nothing like that, Yuvraj. You can call them. You can connect with them anytime. Whenever
Okay,
you are free, you can call them.
okay.
Okay, I will also personally speak to Pallavi. I will tell them this is the issue. Please sort it out.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sure they will connect with you today itself. I will ask them to connect with
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Shivdeep, I will send you a new link. Please try that. And immediately, don't wait till next week. If you are finding any difficulty, message me immediately. I will
Yes.
sort it out.
Sure, sure, sir, sure.
Okay, Shivdeep. So I think we will wind up today here. If you don't have any doubts, because no point in going ahead. First, we'll be very clear in this. Then we will move on to the next topic.
Yeah, sir, that will be better because we need to install within 1 or 2 days. Then we have to practice it more. Then
Hmm.
only
Yeah, yeah.
we move forward. That will be better. Otherwise, now we have to stuck with that. And if you go on to other
Hmm.
properties and all, you're telling time we have
Hmm.
here also some doubts. It will be not okay to move forward. So that will be
Yes, yes.
better. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know because my other students, what they do, they will not create any specification. They will not, practice it. When I move ahead, when I ask them, they will say, "Yeah, we are clear with that." They will just ignore it. So that should not happen when we are learning. That too, this is such an important topic. I don't want that to happen. That is why no problem. We'll take time and we'll slowly learn these tough concepts.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, fine. You will get the recording. Yesterday's and today's recording you will get. Please go through the recording one more time before you practice. That is my recommendation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So shall we wind up?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and don't worry, I will send the document which I told you about. I will send the document, step by step guide how to create specification. You can just go through the document, go through the video, and you can create. Okay, Shivdeep?
Yes, sir. Okay, okay.
Okay, okay, fine then. You guys take care. We'll wind up.